Okay, we are
Yeah,
live.
I did have some trouble logging in. I don't know
Okay,
why.
good morning, everybody. We are convening the Banking Committee meeting today, Tuesday, March 9th. It's 10:03 a.m. Good morning and welcome, everybody. We have 6 items on the agenda, which we hope to JF and JFS to the floor. But before we get started with our business, would co-chairs and ranking members like to make any comments? Mr. Co-chair.
Morning, Madam Chair. And just like to say good morning to everyone. And thank you for your patience and cooperation this session thus far. Hard to believe we just have one more meeting after today. But I think it's ran quite smoothly and efficiently for our committee. And again, that's a testament, I think, to the membership and your cooperation and patience. So look forward to that continuing today and then for our meeting next week. And as we start to wrap things up. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator Berthel.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, and I, Representative said I would echo your sentiments. I think we've done some good work. We have certainly had some good debates and whatnot regarding bills. I think we've done what we thus far have set out to do. Today we have a few bills I think we'll have some comments on, but that's part of the process and what have you. But yeah, it is kind of amazing that we're already almost at our deadline for bills, and then the second half of the work begins. But thank you for a few minutes to say hello and good morning to the rest of the committee as well.
Thank you, Senator Berthel. Representative Delnicki.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. Well, here we are. We've got some work to do, and let's get it done. Again, thank you for the cooperation amongst everyone.
Thank you. And of course, we couldn't do this work without our incredible staff. So just a shout out to OLR, LCO, and Dawn, without whom none of this would be possible. So thank you all for making it look effortless. Okay, so we are going to start with the first agenda item, SB 150, an act establishing the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. Do I have a motion to JF to the floor?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is there a second? Is there a second to JF?
Second.
Thank you, Representative Gucker.
Trying to get everything working together here.
Understood. Is there any discussion? Yes, I see. Oh, sorry. I see Representative Lanews.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning to you. I do have a few questions on this bill, if I may. First, thank you. On page 5, lines 121 through 125, it talks about giving the this authority power to acquire real or personal property. What specific mechanisms or power, specifically, what mechanisms will be used by the authority or will they be empowered with in order to acquire property?
The intent was not to acquire, like by deed, not to acquire full rights to property, but to acquire an interest in a property so that it can be managed, maintained, overseen under the direction of the authority.
Okay, because again, thank you for your answer, but I'm seeing here in this section, it talks about acquiring real or personal property. It says that specifically. So my concern is one of the ways they could be empowered or acquire real property would be through eminent domain. That's not the case.
That's certainly not the intention, no.
Okay, if that's not the intention, would the committee be agreeable? Could we amend this specifically to say that we would preclude the authority from having eminent domain power?
Are there other concerns you have, or is that the only one?
That's the first one. I do have a few other questions as well, but that would be.
Why don't we have the discussion in totality before we start agreeing to amend it?
Okay.
Your other concerns?
I do. Specific. I guess make sure I'm clear. The type of projects that this authority would fund would be such things as roads and bridges. That would include that, correct?
Yes, infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, like
Okay.
roads and bridges, correct.
Thank you. Could it be also used to work on somehow modifying existing roads or existing bridges?
When you say modify, the intent was to provide financing to repair existing bridges and roads that are in desperate need of repair. So that's what you mean by modify, yes.
Yes, thank you for that clarification, Madam Chair. Now, my final question on this would be in specifically lines 603 to 620. It talks about giving the authority to the ability to collect fees or charges. What's some of the examples of the types of fees or charges they collect?
So some of the fees or charges that could be collected are fees or charges imposed for the use of the infrastructure project that they are building. So for instance, if they're building a bridge, it could be a fee for using the bridge, for going across the bridge. That's the sort of thing. Or if they're building charging stations, electric vehicle charging stations, it could be a fee for using the charging station.
Okay, thank you again for that answer. What I'm hearing there is a fee to use a road or a bridge, or to go over that bridge, for example. I hear the word tolls through that, which is very troublesome to me. So again, I would like to see this amended to exclude tolls from being included or given the authority to to be able to impose any kind of a toll. And one other quick question relating to the toll, the fees or charges. Will any of these require a legislative approval prior to the authority being able to institute these fees or charges?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Madam Chair, if I may, pursuant to the joint rule 5C, I would like to offer 2 oral amendments to Senate Bill 150. The first, do you want me to tell you both of them? Do you want to take them one at a time? How would you like to do this?
You could tell us both of them, and then can they be combined into one amendment, or would you prefer separate amendments?
I would prefer them separate, Madam Chair.
Okay, proceed.
So, thank you so much. The first amendment that I'd like to call orally would be to preclude the authority from having the power of eminent domain. The second amendment I would like to call would be to preclude the ability to toll as a way to collect fees or charges.
Okay.
And I would like to have a roll call vote on both of them.
Okay, before we take your roll call vote, Senator Berthel, would you like to speak now or after the?
No, I was, no, that's okay. I can wait to speak on the bill itself, the underlying bill. I'm just procedurally, I know if we were in the building, how we would do this, but I'm presuming we have to make motions for the amendments because they're oral, right? Chris, I see you shaking your head. You want to guide us on this? And Madam Chair, if I may, if I could ask LCO just to provide a little guidance.
Certainly.
Yeah, we would need a motion to make the amendment, a second to that motion, discussion on that motion, and then that could be followed by a vote.
So, Madam Chair, would it be appropriate for Representative Lanu to make the motion since it's his amendment that he's calling for?
I certainly don't object.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion. Do you want me to repeat it early or what you had just said, or?
Well, I think what I heard you say was we have a motion, an oral amendment to SB 150 to preclude it from allowing eminent domain. Do I have, that's your motion?
Yeah, and I'll second the motion then, if that's the motion being made.
Okay, so Madam Administrator. Oh, sorry.
Madam Chair, just a few comments on the amendment. First of all, with regard to eminent domain, I believe that power would have to be specifically reserved or enumerated by the entity. Eminent domain powers under statute are those that are specifically reserved. It can be to the state under a specific provision of state law. For instance, the Department of Transportation specifically has the right to use condemnation to take a portion of a roadway or something like that, or a piece of real property to include as part of a roadway project. I believe the Department of Environmental Protection has certain enumerated and specified condemnation rights. Obviously, municipalities have a condemnation right, which is very detailed in statute, or a redevelopment agency of a municipality. So I don't see anything in this bill that actually allows condemnation. I did a quick word search. I do not see condemnation or eminent domain anywhere in this bill. So I don't think the amendment is necessary. So, you know, we could certainly, you know, have a discussion on it, but on that basis, I would request Rep. Lanu to withdraw it. The second point about tolls too, and this was something that we discussed in detail in 2019, different version of this bill, but a similar concept. And what we learned at that time was that tolls on federal highways would not be authorized by this authority unless certain requirements were met. So the authority by itself could not impose tolls unless we had, you know, the state were to institute a specific type of tolling scheme or regime. And as you may recall from the debate back a couple of years ago, those are fairly limited in the types of programs that we could adopt, but that would have to be done by an act of the legislature too. And then at that point, presumably the infrastructure authority could then, after those tolls are approved, could then presumably, you know, collect those tolls. And I will tell you too, as part of the discussions 2 years ago, and even this year as well, I think the Department of Transportation has indicated that it does not intend to use the infrastructure authority for that purpose, has no current plans to do so. So on that basis too, I guess I don't think that amendment is necessary. So you know, it's a complicated concept, I understand, but I believe both of those points are not necessary to specify in this bill. So I would, you know, again, either ask Rep. Lanu if he'd be willing to withdraw, or I would encourage my colleagues to vote no on the amendment. Thank you.
Representative Lanu, do you?
I respect a good chair. I'm sorry, I interrupted you, Madam Chair.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, I respect a good co-chairman's concerns. However, to me, when you talk about fees or charges to pay for a road or a bridge, to me that sounds like a toll. If it's I would certainly be agreeable to the language where we specifically say with no tolls or fees. Obviously, if there was legislation that would come later that would impose tolls or fees in the state, that may trump this, but not that I would agree with it. I clearly oppose tolls, but I want to make sure this bill does not speak to using eminent domain or tolls. If the good co-chairman's interpretation is correct, and these amendments are necessary, then there's no harm and no foul. I think we need to make sure that protection is in place in the legislation. So I will not withdraw my amendments.
Okay. Sorry, so I'm just, okay, so sorry, just to clarify, you are not withdrawing your amendments, or you're
I am
withdrawing?
not.
Not, okay. So, so why don't we proceed? Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, let's proceed with the roll call vote, because I believe we already had a motion and a second for this amendment to exclude eminent domain, even though it's not specified in the bill, to affirmatively exclude eminent domain from the bill. Madam Administrator, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Is it just a point of order? Is it, are we going to vote on the two issues separately? I guess it's,
yes, they were called as two separate amendments, I believe. So.
Okay, just wanted to be clear what we're voting on. Thank you.
So Amendment A would be the oral amendment to preclude the power of eminent domain. On this amendment, and remember, I need you to state your name and how you vote so that you show up on the screen, and unmute and make sure your picture is visible, and then mute again. Representative Doucette, how do you vote?
Doucette votes no.
Representative Kasser, how do you vote?
Senator Kasser votes no.
Representative Delnicki, how do you vote?
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Senator Berthel, how do you vote?
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Can you say that again, please?
Senator Berthel votes yes in the affirmative.
Yeah, you just weren't on the screen at the time.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, now Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes no.
Senator McCrory.
I was muted. I'm
Senator
sorry.
Bradley.
Wait, I said
No,
Senator
there
McCoy
you are.
votes. Senator McCoy votes no.
Senator
get that?
Bradley.
Did you
Senator
get that?
Hart. I got it, yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Senator Bradley, Senator Hartley, Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes no.
Thank you, Representative Baker. Representative Borer.
Representative Borer votes no.
Representative Paolillo. Representative Perone. Representative Stallworth.
Representative Stallworth votes no.
Representative Ziogas. Positive. Representative Zioga? Positive he's here. All right, we'll come back to him. Representative D'Amelio. Representative Fusco.
Representative Fusco votes yes.
Representative Lanu, sorry.
Representative Lanu votes yes.
Representative McGorty.
Representative McGorty votes yes.
All right. Revisiting is Senator Bradley, Senator Hartley, Representative Paolillo, Representative Perone, Representative Ziogas, Representative D'Amelio. Okay. The vote is complete. I don't know where we go from there.
Can Madam Administrator confirm whether the amendment passed or failed?
It failed. 7-5.
Thank you. Okay, let's proceed to the second amendment. Representative Lanu, is there a motion?
There's a motion.
Can you state what it's for?
Yes, the Second Amendment is to include the ability to toll as a way to collect fees or charges.
And I'll second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Administrator, would you please call the roll?
Well, hang on, just admitting someone else to the meeting. Okay. On Amendment B to Senate Bill 150, Representative Doucette, how do you vote?
Rep. Doucette votes no.
Senator Kasser,
Senator Kasser votes no.
Representative Delnicki,
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes in the affirmative.
thank you. Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes no.
Senator McCrory,
Senator McCrory votes no.
Senator Bradley, Senator Hartley, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes no.
Representative Borer,
Representative Borer votes no.
Representative Paolillo,
Representative Paolillo votes no.
Representative Perone,
Representative Perone votes no.
Representative Stallworth,
Representative Stallworth votes no.
Representative Ziogas, Representative D'Amelio, Representative Fusco,
Representative Fusco votes yes.
Representative Leno,
Representative Lanu votes yes.
and Representative McGorty.
Representative McGorty votes yes.
Okay. The amendment fails 9-5.
Thank you, Madam Administrator. Senator Berthel, your hand is raised.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Now back to the underlying bill, since we've worked through amendments or proposed amendments. I think just given the dialogue this morning, and I know we've had some discussions about this bill in our leadership discussions in the committee. But I think just based on some of the dialogue this morning, we probably would like to do a roll call vote on this today. So I'd like to order that if I may. I don't know that I need to necessarily add any more dialogue. I think that Representative Lanou's concerns were valid this morning, and they warrant some further discussion. So the no vote for potentially for myself and others is more of just a flag, as we've done before, and to further the discussion as we move through the process. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Berthel. Okay, so we will proceed with a roll call vote, but I think we first have to have a motion to JF to the, well, we did have that in the beginning. Does that motion still stand?
I
Okay,
believe it does.
great. So then, Madam Administrator, would you please call the roll on JFing to the floor SB 150?
All right. Senate Bill 150, motion to JF to floor. Representative Doucette, how do you vote?
Rep. Doucette votes yes.
Senator Kasser, how do you vote?
Senator Kasser votes yes.
Representative Delnicki,
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes no.
Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator McCrory,
All right, Senator McCory votes in the affirmative.
Senator Bradley, Senator Hartley, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Borer,
Representative Boer votes yes.
Representative Paolillo,
Representative Paolillo votes yes.
Representative Perone,
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Stallworth,
Representative Stallworth votes yes.
Representative Ziogas, Representative D'Amelio, Representative Fusco,
Representative Fusco votes no.
Representative Lanou,
Representative Lanu votes no.
Representative McGorty.
Representative McGorty votes no.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Administrator. Okay, moving on to the second agenda item, SB 832, an act concerning revisions to the banking statutes. Do I have a motion to JF this to the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you so much. Any discussion?
Who was the second, please? I'm sorry.
Think Representative Gucker,
Okay, thank you.
Representative Delnicki. You're on mute. You're on mute.
There we go. Thank you, Madam Chair. Quick question. Is this a placeholder bill?
Yes.
I would request that we have a roll call on this.
Very well. Is there any further discussion? Okay, Madam Administrator, please call the roll.
On the motion to move Senate Bill 832 JF to the floor, Representative Doucette,
Rep. Doucette votes yes.
Senator Kasser,
Senator Kasser votes yes.
Representative Delnicki,
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Senator Berthel,
Senator Berthel votes no.
Representative Gucker,
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator McCrory,
Senator McCory votes yes.
Senator Bradley, Senator Hartley, Representative Baker,
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Borer,
Representative Borer votes yes.
Representative Paolillo, Representative Perone,
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Stallworth,
Representative Stallworth votes yes.
Representative Ziogas.
Yes,
Representative oh, you are there now.
I am
Okay.
here. Yep.
Representative D'Amelio, Representative Fusco,
Representative Fusco votes no.
Representative Lanu,
Representative Lanu votes no.
Representative McGorty.
Representative McGorty votes no.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. So now moving on to agenda item number 3, 3, 4, and 5, possibly to be considered for a consent calendar. May I have a motion to start a consent calendar?
So moved, Madam Chair. Sorry, Rep. Dolnicki, I think I beat you to it.
Second, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, then we vote on the consent calendar, on starting a consent calendar, or do we just proceed with a motion to JF to the floor?
Yeah, you don't need a vote on
Vote to
creating.
start
the-
consent. Okay, sorry. Okay, then do I have a motion to JFS to the floor, SB 848, an act implementing Department of Banking's recommended changes to the banking statutes concerning financial institutions?
So moved.
So, second, Madam Chair.
Second.
Thank you. And is there a motion to move this to the consent calendar?
Yeah, we'll offer that for consent, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
without objection.
Very good. Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, this item is moved to the consent calendar. Proceeding to agenda item number 4, SB 890, an act concerning student loan servicers. Do I have a motion to JFS this to the floor?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
Seconded by Representative Gucker. Thank you.
Madam Chair will offer that for consent as well.
Without
Yes.
objection.
Thank you. Agenda item number 4, move to the consent calendar. Moving on to agenda item number 5, HB 5610, an act expanding access to certain loans issued by the Connecticut Higher Education Supplemental Loan Authority, Connecticut banks, and Connecticut credit unions. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Wait, I have to finish.
My apologies.
You're
Madam
jumping the
Chair.
gun, but I have to say, do I have a motion to JF to the floor?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative.
Second.
Second by Representative Doucette. Thank you.
And Madam Chair will offer this for consent as well.
Without objection.
Excellent. Thank you. So agenda item number 5 is moved to the consent calendar. Should we vote on the consent calendar now before proceeding to agenda item number 6? Or should we proceed to item number 6 and then go back and vote on the consent calendar? Any thoughts?
It's up to you.
Either way.
Okay. All right, let's proceed to item number 6. See what happens. Do I have a motion to JF to the floor, HB number 6323, an act establishing a state of Connecticut bank?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to move this to the consent calendar?
Madam Chair, we would like a roll call vote on this bill, please. Thank you.
Very good. Is there any discussion of this bill?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would just note, on this bill, I notice that the title has changed to reflect when the committee bill was released, that it is in fact requiring the banking commissioner to update a report on the establishment of a state-owned bank. So I think worth noting for the committee that the updated committee bill as drafted is a study, more specifically updating the Department of Banking's 2012 study to provide for any updates to the landscape or the issue of state-owned banks or bankers' banks that have transpired since 2012. So I do support the concept. I think this is one that has great interest within the Democratic caucus, I know, on the House side. And I'm interested in hearing more. Certainly, I would also acknowledge that it's not something that I think should move forward at this time in any significant way. But we need more information, and I, for one, am interested in hearing more on this topic, and that's the purpose of this bill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Representative Doucette, for clarifying. Yes, this is a study bill, not actually establishing a state-funded bank. Senator Berthel.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and Mr. Chair, thank you for the clarification this morning. I did see that change as well, that it turns into a study. I know that we also had heard some testimony and also had some conversations with the banking department regarding actually even the need for an additional study. And I think they stated that since 2012, there have been, not in Connecticut necessarily, but there have been some 9 or 10 studies that have been done on these types of banks. So I think even for the purpose, and the department indicated that a study would take time for them to conduct as well. But I think there's also an underlying concern overall about what the expense would be to do this. And I realize a study would probably help to vet some of that out, but I know members of my caucus remain concerned. So again, this becomes one of those bills that I think we're going to flag today with our votes, and certainly welcome additional conversation as we move forward. But I appreciate the clarification that this is not a bill to authorize a state bank, but instead to study it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Berthel. Is there any other discussion on this bill? Seeing none, Madam Administrator, would you please call the roll?
All right, on the motion to JF House Bill 6323 to the floor, Representative Doucette, how do you vote?
Doucette votes yes.
Senator Kasser.
Senator Kasser votes yes.
Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes no.
Senator Berthel.
Senator Berthel votes no.
Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
Senator McCrory votes yes.
Senator Bradley. Senator Hartley. Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Borer.
Representative Borer votes yes.
Representative Paolillo. Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Stallworth.
Representative Stallworth votes yes.
Representative Ziogas. Representative Zioga? There
I'm
you
sorry.
are.
Yeah, Ziogas is yes.
Representative D'Amelio. Representative Fusco. Representative Leno.
Representative Lanu votes no.
Representative McGorty. Is
Representative McGorty votes no.
there anyone that I've missed? All right.
Thank you, Madam
Madam
Administrator.
Chair, quick question.
Yes, proceed.
Was Representative Fusco's vote recorded?
I'm sorry?
Was Representative Fusco's vote recorded?
I did not hear Representative Fusco or see him. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
I am here and I
There-
voted no.
I was confused because I thought you were here, but I never saw you. All right, there you go. You are recorded now.
Okay, thank you. And don't go anywhere because we have one more vote, which is for the consent calendar. Madam Administrator, could you please call the vote for the consent calendar, the 3 items on the consent calendar, please?
All right. The consent calendar consisting of Senate Bill 848, which is a JFS to the floor, 890, which is a JFS to the floor, and 5610, a JF to the floor. And how do you vote? Representative Doucette.
Rep. Doucette votes yes.
Senator Kasser.
Senator Kasser votes yes.
Representative Delnicki.
Representative Delnicki votes yes.
Senator Berthel.
Senator Berthel votes yes.
Representative Gucker.
Representative Gucker votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
Senator McCory votes yes.
Senator Bradley. Senator Hartley. Representative Baker.
Representative Baker votes yes.
Representative Borer.
Representative Borer votes yes.
Representative Paolillo. Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Stallworth.
Representative Stallworth votes yes.
Representative Zioga.
You have to unmute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Ziogas is yes, sorry.
You'll get the hang of it by the end of the session. Representative D'Amelio. Representative Fusco.
Representative Fusco votes yes.
There you are. Okay. Representative Lanu.
Representative Lanu votes yes.
And Representative McGorty.
Representative McGorty votes yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We are going to hold the votes open until noon. For those of you who weren't able to join us to vote. And I just want to announce that our next meeting is not on a regular Tuesday or Thursday. It actually will be on a Wednesday, Wednesday, March 17th at 10 a.m. due to the JF deadline. So if there is no further comment or discussion, we are going to recess until noon, at which time the meeting will adjourn. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you.
Great day.
Chair.
If any of you came in late and missed any of the votes, stick around and
Thank you,
we'll vote
Madam
now.
Chair.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Yes, Don Stallworth. Did I miss a vote?
I think you might have. Hang on a second. Let me just double check. No, actually, I think you did get here in time for everything.
Okay, because I showed up for before the First Amendment.
Yeah, then you were good.
Okay, then. All right, have a great week.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hello. Hello, Representative Fern. Yeah, I just noticed that you made it for the vote on Senate Bill 150, but there were 2 Republican voice amendments beforehand, and I just want to get your vote on those.
Republican voice amendment?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
One, Amendment A was an amendment to preclude the power of eminent domain with respect to the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority.
No.
That was the Republican amendment. Did you want to vote yes?
I wanted to
for
vote
that?
against the amendment.
Okay.
I assume it wasn't a friendly amendment, right?
Okay. Hang on one second. Yeah, Chris. Yeah. 2, 3. All on the first bill. It'll take 5 seconds. My apologies.
Oh,
Representative Ziogas was confused.
time in the world, I know.
And then the second
no
amendment.
on both. No on both.
Huh?
Yeah, no on this one also.
Okay. So, all right. So we're good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Welcome back, Representative Ziogas. Unmute.
All right. Okay.
There you
All right.
go.
All right. Pleasure's mine.
All right. So you just missed the first bill. We had 2 amendments. They were voice amendments brought up by Representative Lanou. The first one, Amendment A, precluded the power of eminent domain with respect to the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. How would you vote?
Say again, I'm sorry.
Amendment A, it was an oral amendment brought up by Representative Lanou and seconded by Senator Berthel. And it was about precluding the power of eminent domain with respect for the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority.
No.
Okay. And Amendment B had to do with the same bill and tolls and excluding fees and charges having to do with tolls in respect to the Infrastructure Authority.
Oh, I love tolls.
Also
so
brought up by
I'm gonna say no.
Representative Lanou and
Oh,
Senator.
I love tolls. I'm going to say no.
All right. And then the bill itself. To JF to the floor, Senate Bill 150. How would you vote? That was an act establishing the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but I'll vote yes.
You're voting to just get it out of committee.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
You too. Hello, Representative. How are you? Unmute.
Sorry about that.
There we go. All right. So I just need to get a vote. I think there's a total of, I don't know, 6 votes or something here. Starting with Senate Bill 150, which was number 1 on the agenda. There were 2 amendments, both raised by Representative Lanu. Someday I'll learn to pronounce that correctly. And Senator Brethel was the second on those. The first was to preclude the power of eminent domain with respect to the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. How would you vote on that?
On the amendments?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And Amendment B, having to do with tolls and excluding fees and charges. Also, yes?
Yes.
That was it. Okay. All right. And then the bill itself, an act establishing the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. JFing to the floor, how would you vote?
No.
Okay. Next bill. If it helps at all, this was the dummy bill. An act concerning revisions to the banking statute. How would you vote? We're going to JF it to the floor.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And then an act establishing a state of Connecticut bank. JF to the floor.
Yes.
And then we had 3 items on the consent calendar. Senate Bill 848 to JFS to the floor. Senate Bill 890, JFS to the floor. And House Bill 5610, JF to the floor.
I'm a yes.
How would you vote on the consent calendar? Yes?
Yes. On that other bill, I just checked. I'm a no on the charter. On the previous one.
The Connecticut Bank?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a no on that
Bank?
one.
I thought you might have been. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got everything else. The votes are open till noon if something changes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks for calling in.
Take care. Bye-bye.
There you go. Hello, Representative.
Hi, Dawn.
How are
Hello.
you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. I was just about to text you and let you know that I needed you. All right. Let's do this in order. Okay. All right. So the first thing that happened was Senate Bill 150, which is an act establishing the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. There were two amendments, voice amendments called by the Republicans, Representative Leno and Senator Brickell seconded. The first was to preclude the power of eminent domain with respect to the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority. And sorry, Representative Dillon was calling on the other line. And how would you vote on that?
So yes on the underlying bill, no on the amendments. If I
No, okay, we could just do it that way, sure.
and yes on the underlying bill, please.
Oh, all right. Just make sure I get that all right. Yeah, you got one of. Yeah, you only missed. I think you only missed on that. You were here for a few minutes and then you had to pop out again.
I popped in and out. Yes, when I saw some of the text messages, I jumped out. We have a long police accountability in public safety, so I tried to.
Okay.
But
yeah,
yes.
no, that's totally fine. I just got confused a little bit. Okay, so then the next one was establishing a state bank, JF to the floor.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. An act concerning revisions to the banking statute.
Yes, please.
And then we only have the consent calendar, which is Senate Bill 848, implementing the Department of Banking's recommended changes to the banking statutes, 890, an act concerning student loan services, and House Bill 5610, expanding access to certain loans issued by Connecticut Higher Education Supplemental Loan Authority, Connecticut banks, and Connecticut credit unions. The first two were JFS, that last one was JF. How do you vote?
Yes, please.
Perfect. Have a lovely day.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, Don.
Okay.
Take care.
No,
Okay.
no
Have
problem.
a great day. Bye.
You too.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm going to name you so that you show up right on the screen. There we go. All right. Yeah, sorry, I was on with another rep and I didn't notice your name.
No problem. I know we're all running around crazy. I'm cheering
those
public
days.
safety now, trying to get the votes in as possible.
Okay. All right, so we'll do this quick.
Okay.
You were here for some of this, I think.
Yep. Oh, I
all
gotta
right,
hop in.
we had-
I gotta hop.
we had-
Hold on. She's about to wrap up. I just need to see if there's any questions or call the next speaker. 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am, for your time and your testimony. I see Representative Howard has some questions. Sir, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So
This
had
is
two
crazy. The Zoom stuff. It's like out of control.
It's insane. We had two
I
Republican
apologize,
amendments.
Representative Howard. Yeah. Complaining about Zoom like we're all experiencing. Go ahead, sir.
Don't forget to mute the other meeting.
Yeah, I just did. I was unmuted. Now I'm muted. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. The amendment A was to preclude power of the eminent domain having to do with the infrastructure authority, and the second one was excluding fees and charges with tolls having to do with infrastructure authority. They were both Republican voice amendments.
Senator Bradley votes in the negative for both.
Okay. And then on the bill itself, how do you vote?
I vote in the affirmative. Senator Bradley votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. An act, Senate Bill 832, an act concerning revisions to the banking statutes, JF to the floor.
Senator Bradley votes in the affirmative.
An act establishing a state of Connecticut bank, JF to the floor.
Senator Bradley votes in the affirmative.
Consent calendar, Senate Bill 848, Senate Bill 890, and House Bill 5610.
Senator Bradley votes in the affirmative.
Perfect. All right,
Thank
you
you.
can check this one off your day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Representative Howard, for your statements, and I apologize for interrupting. I thought I was on mute. Any other questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, ma'am, thank you also for your time and your patience through this process.
Hey,
Sorry, I showed up the minute I clicked away to try to do some email.
sorry, I'm chairing a commerce meeting, so yeah.
All right, we'll do this quick.
So what, there were amendments?
There were 2 Republican amendments to the infrastructure bill, which was the first one.
Oh, okay,
They
but
were-
they were, yeah, didn't pass, right? Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so we'll start with those. It was 2 amendments, A and B. The first one was,
Roll call amendments.
they were roll call.
So can I vote on the amendments now?
I don't know. I'm taking votes anyway. So I am thinking, so how would you vote if you had the choice?
And what's the amendment? I mean, Alex, look, I have reservations about this. I spoke to her at caucus. She understands that. And she wants to just get it out of committee.
Right.
So, yeah. So I will support her, which means it would be a no on the amendment, I'm sure.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. And then, and how would you vote on Senate Bill 150, which is the Connecticut Infrastructure Authority?
Yeah.
JF, the floor.
Yeah, I will support the yes, in the affirmative.
All right. So, then we have an act establishing a state of Connecticut bank, JF to the floor. House Bill 6323.
Yeah, that's a substitute, right? It's a study.
Study.
Yep, so yes. Was that a bipartisan support?
I know it was clear, a straight party line.
Okay, but it's a study.
Yes.
Okay.
Senate Bill 832 is an act concerning revisions to the banking statutes. This is our dummy bill.
Yes. Hartley affirmative.
Then we had 3 bills on a consent calendar. House Bill 5610, an act expanding access to certain loans issued by the Connecticut Higher Education Supplemental Loan Authority, Connecticut banks, and Connecticut credit unions. Senate Bill 890, an act concerning student loan services. And Senate Bill 848, an act implementing the Department of Banking's recommended changes to banking statutes concerning financial institutions. The second 2 were JFS. The first was a JF. How do you vote on the consent calendar, ma'am?
Yes, Hartley in the affirmative on the consent calendar.
All right, that's all there is to it.
Okay. Have a good
fun
day.
at Commerce.
Yeah, I gotta get back. Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Dawn. Be well.
You too.